The power of medieval relics: faith, fraud, and fortune. A finger bone, a scrap of cloth, a splinter of wood. In the Middle Ages, these objects could stop armies, heal the sick, and make cities rich. People traveled for weeks to see them. Kings swore oaths upon them. Churches guarded them like treasure. These were relics, and in medieval Europe, they held immense power. Today, we explore how relics shaped faith, invited fraud, and generated fortune across the medieval world. To modernize, the idea of sacred objects can seem strange. Yet for medieval people, relics were not symbols. They were believed to carry real power. Relics connected the earthly world to the divine. They offered protection, healing, and legitimacy. They could transform an obscure town into a major destination. Understanding relics helps us understand how belief, economics, and authority intertwined in medieval society. Section 1. What relics were? Relics were physical objects associated with holy figures. Most commonly, they were the remains of saints. Bones, hair, teeth, and blood were all revered. Other relics were items believed to have touched holy people. Clothing tools or everyday objects could become sacred through association. Relics were categorized by importance. The remains of saints were considered especially powerful. Objects connected to Christ or the apostles ranked highest of all. To medieval believers, relics were vessels of divine presence. Section 2. Why relics mattered. Relics offered hope in a dangerous world. Disease, famine, and war were constant threats. Medical knowledge was limited. Divine intervention felt close and personal. People believed relics could heal illness, protect cities, and ensure victory in battle. Churches displayed them during crises. Armies carried them into conflict. Relics also offered certainty. In an uncertain world, they made faith tangible. Section 3. Pilgrimage and wealth. Relics brought pilgrims. Pilgrims brought money. A church that acquired a major relic could transform overnight. Inns, markets, and workshops followed. Donations poured in. Towns competed fiercely for sacred objects. Pilgrimage routes reshaped medieval geography. Entire regions prospered because of relics housed within their walls. Faith and finance were deeply connected. Section 4. Relics and political power. Relics were not just religious tools, they were political assets. Kings and nobles collected relics to legitimize rule. Oaths sworn on relics carried enormous weight. Possessing holy remains signaled divine favor. Relics were gifted, traded, and sometimes stolen. Military raids targeted sacred objects. Capturing a rival's relic weakened their authority. Power followed belief. Section 5. Fraud and doubt. Where belief thrives, fraud follows. Some relics were authentic, others were questionable, some were deliberate fabrications. There were enough fragments of the true cross to build ships. Multiple churches claimed the same saint's remains. Competing relics appeared across Europe. Medieval people were not universally naive. Skepticism existed. Church authorities sometimes investigated claims. Yet the demand for relics encouraged excess. Faith created opportunity. Opportunity invited deception. Section 6. The church response. The church attempted regulation. Relics were authenticated by bishops. Documentation became more common. Rules governed display and sale. Yet enforcement varied. Local devotion often outweighed official caution. Once belief took hold, it was difficult to challenge. Relics remained powerful even when doubts emerged. Section 7. Decline and transformation. Over time, attitudes changed. Reform movements criticized excess. The Protestant Reformation rejected relic veneration entirely in many regions. Shrines were destroyed. Relics were hidden or lost. The sacred economy collapsed in some areas. Yet relics did not disappear. In Catholic regions, they retained significance. Today, they remain central to many traditions. Their power shifted from public spectacle to symbolic meaning. Conclusion. Medieval relics were far more than objects. They were engines of faith, wealth, and authority. They inspired devotion. They invited fraud. They shaped cities and kingdoms. To understand relics is to understand how belief operated in the medieval world. Faith was not abstract. It was physical, visible, and deeply influential. If this exploration of medieval belief surprised you, press like and subscribe to TorchLit History. Tell me in the comments which relic story you find most fascinating or troubling. History is often shaped by what people believe to be sacred.